Here are the top stories for today, December 26, 2019. President Duterte signs a law extending the validity of the 2019 national budget until 2020. An AFP official slams the Communist Party of the Philippines as it holds a Christmas ceasefire in time for its 51st anniversary. Over 58,000 are evacuated in several regions due to the onslaught of Typhoon Ursula. And the president continues his tradition of visiting children with cancer in Davao City. Good day, I'm William Theo. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. President Rodrigo Duterte has signed a law extending the availability of the 2019 national budget until December 31st, 2020. This is to allow the appropriations of funds for the items included in this year's spending plan. Duterte signed Republic Act 11464 on December 20 to amend the 2019 General Appropriations Act. The national government operated on a reenacted 2018 budget from January to mid-April 2019 after Congress failed to pass this year's budget on time due to alleged insertions and realignments made by some lawmakers. As of September 4, around 95.3% of the 3.7 trillion 2019 budget has already been released. There are still at least 1.2 trillion pesos worth of unobligated funds under the 2019 GAA. RA 11464 allows the use of this year's unspent funds until the entire 2020. The law was signed while the proposed 4.1 trillion peso national budget for 2020 was still under thorough review by Duterte. Malacanang ensured that the chief executive would wield his veto power to remove inserted funds that will be found violative of the 1987 Constitution. The Philippines and the United States continue to have a perfect relationship. This amid the possible travel ban on Filipino officials and a U.S. Senate resolution condemning the government over the detention of Senator Laila de Lima. Foreign Affairs Secretary Teddy Locsin Jr. on Wednesday said he recognized that any country has the right to ban foreign nationals from its borders. He, however, defended the legality of de Lima's detention, saying the Supreme Court itself had said so. Aside from the U.S. national budget provision, de Lima's case was also brought up at the U.S. Senate Committee on Foreign Relations. Regarding whether President Duterte will push through with his U.S. trip, Locsin said the decision would still depend on the chief executive, as he has had many invitations from President Donald Trump. De Lima, one of President Duterte's staunchest critics, has been in detention since February 2017 for her alleged involvement in the illegal drug trade. A military official slammed the Communist Party of the Philippines as it celebrated its 51st anniversary on December 26. Major General Antonio Parlade Jr. of the National Task Force to End the Local Communist Armed Conflict made the comment amid the declaration of a ceasefire from December 23 to January 7. Parlade said Christmas and its ideals share incompatible with the mindset of communist rebels. He said that communism is a very evil doctrine, which is why it is easy for the CPP and its armed wing, the New People's Army, to kill and maim government troops during the ceasefire. Parlade said he finds it surprising why many members of various religious orders and faiths are being co-opted by the CPP-NPA. He also lambasted the members of the Makabayan bloc and urged them to join the communists in celebrating their anniversary. The military and the police started parallel investigations into Tuesday's shooting incident in Pagayawan, Lanao del Sur that resulted in the killing of 2 soldiers and the wounding of 5 others. The crime scene was located around 500 meters from the detachment of the Civilian Armed Forces Geographical Unit, or CAFGU. The troops were clearing the area when the detachment commander, identified as Corporal now Muhammad Lasam, indiscriminately fired on the soldiers. Lasam fled the crime scene after shooting the soldiers. The area was the same place where Police Executive Amen Lukman Makalangan, OIC Chief of Binidayan Municipal Police Station, and his driver Ramel Pangkatan were ambushed and killed on December 23. Makalangan was believed to be targeted due to his law enforcement operations, one of the latest being the confiscation of smuggled cigarettes. The PNP has tasked the Special Investigation Task Group, Makalangan, to investigate the incident. President Rodrigo Duterte expressed his Christmas wish for overseas Filipino workers to have a fruitful and meaningful lives. In a special video played before distressed OFWs in Al-Khobar, Saudi Arabia, the president extended his Yuletide greetings to them. He thanked them for their hard work for their respective families, loyalty to the country, and support for the government. In a press statement by Malacanang, Duterte, as well as the Department of Foreign Affairs, gave Christmas presents to the distressed OFWs. Chief of Presidential Protocol and Presidential Assistant on Foreign Affairs, Robert Borge, assured OFWs that the president has continuing concern for the plight of Filipinos working abroad. He guaranteed that the administration is working to address the concerns of OFWs and strives to improve the economic condition in the Philippines to create more jobs. Saudi Arabia, the world's leading oil exporter, is among the top destination countries of OFWs, accounting for 24.3% of the total 2.3 million migrant Filipinos worldwide. Still to come, over 58,000 are evacuated in several regions due to the onslaught of Typhoon Ursula. Passengers stranded in Bacolod due to Typhoon Ursula spend Christmas in an evacuation center. More on these when the PNA Newsroom continues.
Kasi feeling ko sikat ko nung panahon ng pagdadrugs ako eh. Umabot yun ng almost 20 years na nagpagdadrugs ko. Medyo lahat nawala sa akin eh. Una sa lahat, dito ko natutunan sa rehab ang pagbabago is a lifetime process po yan. Recovery is a lifetime process po yan. Sa kay Pangulong Duterte, isa sa pinaka-the best na ginawa niya ngayon is yung anti-drug campaign niya ngayon na talagang hinihigpitan niya, binigyan niya ng chance yung iba na magbago, na tumigil sa paggamit. Dahil siya yung Pangulo, pabawas ng pabawas at pawala ng pawala na po yung mga drugs ngayon.
About 58,400 persons have preemptively evacuated in Mimaropa Regions 5, 7, and 8 due to the effects of Typhoon Ursula. In a report by the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or NDRRMC, over 2,000 persons were affected in Region 7 and Caraga. At least 1,000 persons were served inside and outside evacuation centers. 2 schools were reported damaged in Iloilo and Rojas City, Capiz. Meanwhile, the NDRRMC said the government has ensured that the needs of evacuees and other victims are met. The Department of Social Welfare and Development has prepared 1.9 billion pesos in standby funds and relief supplies. It is set to distribute about 98 million pesos worth of family food packs and 612 million pesos worth of food and non-food items. About 200 riders, including members of the PNP Highway Patrol Group, participated in an indignation rally against the Communist Party of the Philippines at Camp Crame on Thursday. The rally coincides with the 51st anniversary of the Communist movement. PNP Director for Operations Emmanuel Licup said the rally was their expression of support for the National Task Force to end local communist armed conflict. They condemned the series of attacks by the New People's Army against soldiers and policemen in Camarines Norte, Iloilo, and Quezon Province. A soldier has died and 8 others were injured in the attacks, which happened during the unilateral Christmas ceasefire declared by President Duterte. Licup said PNP personnel are urged to fight back if attacked by NPA rebels. Meanwhile, several civil society and anti-crime groups held similar indignation rallies against the CPP-NPA in parts of Metro Manila, Laguna, and Pampanga. They condemned the recruitment of students and youth into the NPA and exposed the activists' fronts involved. The Duty-Free Philippines Corporation and the Bureau of Immigration will introduce in January 2020 a new online shopping validation system that will effectively verify legitimate duty-free shoppers. The Memorandum of Agreement will implement the new system, which is seen to help the agency in verifying if the online customers have arrived in the country from abroad. Customers must set up an account at the Duty-Free Philippines website. The online shopping website has over 1,000 items to choose from within the categories of perfumes, cosmetics, home furnishings, groceries, toys, electronics, cigarettes, liquor, and Philippine export quality products. Shoppers are allowed to buy up to $1,000 worth of items 48 hours upon arrival, and their items will be prepared for pickup at the airport.
Policemen under Negros Occidental Police Provincial Office have brought Christmas cheer by organizing parties and gift-giving activities for them this December. On December 23, some 130 children from various barangays attended a party organized by the Pontevedra Municipal Police Station. On December 21, the Binalbagan MPS hosted a Christmas lunch, gift-giving and games for children at the station parade grounds. The Cadiz City Police Station also conducted an outreach dubbed Project Team Cadiz and treated more than 100 children and their parents and guardians to a party and gift giving. In Antique, Christmas in the province has been peaceful with no celebration-related incident monitored so far. A shooting incident was reported to the Lawaan Municipal Police Station in Lawaan Town at about 9 p.m. on Tuesday and a stabbing incident in Tobias Fournier at about 3 a.m. on Wednesday. Days before Christmas Day, the police had advised the public through the media to refrain from using firecrackers to avoid any incident that could endanger their lives. In Bacolod City, almost 200 stranded persons celebrated the Christmas holidays in a school shelter after sea travel was suspended since Monday due to Typhoon Ursula. The city government used the Education and Training Center School 4 campus in Barangay 16 as a shelter for stranded passengers. Noche Buena treats were also distributed by the Bacolod Chamber Volunteer Fire Brigade among the stranded passengers on Tuesday night. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Laid Cabagani.
Up next, the President continues his tradition of visiting children with cancer in Davao City and learn about a new reason to enjoy coffee this holiday season. The PNA Newsroom returns after these reminders.
Pag-try ko, isang hit-hit lang. Talagang yung utak ko naging clear kaagad. Nakita ko yung mga anak ko, lumalaki na eh. Naawa ko sa kanila. Siyempre bilang ama, gusto mo rin na ma-provide yung mga pangailangan nila. Maniwala lang kayo sa Diyos at huwag kayong mawala ng pag-asa. Habang may buhay, may pag-asa. Ang daming nagkaroon ng pag-asang mabuhay ng maayos. Nasa sa kanila na lang kung babalik pa sila sa dati, pero Yung presidente palagay ginawa niya na talaga yung part niya.
President Rodrigo Duterte will not end the year without visiting the cancer-stricken kids at the House of Hope in Davao City. The president will be visiting the facility on December 28, 3 days after Christmas Day. Senator Bongo said despite his busy schedule, the visit has been a tradition of the president. Go said Duterte will be interacting with the children and their parents as well as give gifts. In February this year, the House of Hope announced that Duterte donated his house in Margarita Village along JP Laurel Avenue to the cancer-stricken kids. Fatima Indera Disom Mimba, House of Hope Foundation Vice President, said the property was transferred to them last January. In a separate interview, Dr. May Dolendo, House of Hope Program Director, announced its renovation, which enables it to accommodate up to 100 patients per day for the coming 50 to 70 years. In Surigao del Sur, police and government troops captured an active member of the New People's Army in an entrapment operation on Christmas Eve. Authorities identified the NPA member as Dante Ornilia Urbistondo, a resident of Zone 3, Barangay Poblacion, Lanusa, Surigao del Sur. Urbistondo is a member of the Guerrilla Front Committee 30 of the NPA, who is suspected of holding recruitment activities in the area. The suspect allegedly yielded a hand grenade, a .38 caliber revolver, and 5 rounds of ammunition. The police regional office in Caraga hailed the good relationship between the PNP and the Armed Forces of the Philippines, as well as the significant role of the people in the area in the arrest of the suspect. Philippine destinations are on a roll this year, with Siargao earning the latest international praise from luxury travel magazine Condé Nast Traveler, which named it 8th among 20 best holiday destinations for 2020. Condé Nast Traveler hailed the teardrop-shaped tropical island for its gnarly surf breaks, including the legendary Cloud9 barreling wave. It highlighted Siargao's pristine beaches, tree frog green mangrove forests, and sweeping groves of coconut palms. Siargao was also praised for the variety of activities it offers aside from surfing, such as island hopping to the nearby white sand-ringed islets of Daku, Guyam, and Naked Island. Siargao bested Kyoto, Japan at rank 20, and Paris, France, which was 9th on the list. Condé Nast Traveler previously named the island as the 2018 top island in Asia. To those recovering from overfeasting last Christmas, scientists discovered that the coffee or tea may offset the effects of a fatty and sugary diet, including weight gain. Janice Cavit tells us why.
For those who love coffee, you can now add to the list of benefits of drinking a cup. In a study posted on the website of the University of Illinois, caffeine may offset some of the negative effects of an obesogenic diet or a diet that can lead to obesity. Researchers discovered that coffee or tea can reduce the storage of lipids in fat cells and limit weight gain and the production of triglycerides. Researchers found that rats that consumed caffeine had a significantly lower amount of body fat. They determined that caffeine reduced fat absorption by 22% and reduced weight gain by 16%. In humans, they believe that drinking 4 cups of coffee a day could help prevent weight gain. The decreased expression of certain genes in the liver evoked lower production of low-density lipoprotein cholesterol and triglycerides in the liver as well. Scientists explained the consumption of caffeine alleviated the negative impact of a high-fat, high-sucrose diet on body composition due to the modulation of certain lipogenic enzymes in both adipose tissue and the liver. The study was published in the Journal of Functional Foods. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Janice Cave.
Magandang hapon, ako po muli si Benny Estareja at meron tayong panibagong update regarding kay Typhoon Ursula with international name na Fanfone. As of 4 in the afternoon ay huling namataan po si Bagyong Ursula based na rin sa ating satellite animation, 300 kilometers hilagang kanluran ng Coron, Palawan or 295 kilometers west-southwest of Subic, Zambales. Ito ay may taglay na hangin na 120 kilometers per hour malapit sa sentro, so bahagyang or nag-maintain ng itong strength nito at yung bugso ng hangin ay nasa 150 kilometers per hour naman. Ito ay kumikilos pa kanluran, hilagang kanluran at mas mabagal po ito sa ngayon, nasa 15 kilometers per hour. So inaasahan pa na sa susunod pa ng 2 araw ay mananatili ito sa loob ng ating area of responsibility. Base naman sa ating latest visible animation, meron pa rin tayong mga cloudiness po dito sa western section of Central and Southern Luzon dahil dun sa trough nitong si Bagyong Ursula. At meron din tayong mga kaulapan dito sa may Northern Luzon, particularly sa Cagayan Valley, Aurora, and Quezon dahil naman sa umiiral na northeast monsoon and frontal system. So sa ngayon po ay wala na tayong tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 dun sa bahagi ng northwestern Mindoro and Calamian Island sa Palawan. So wala na tayong direct effect coming from Ursula. Bukas ng hapon, inaasahan po na nasa 465 kilometers, mas malayo pa ito, sa kanluran ng Subic, Zambales. At malapit na dun sa corner ng ating area of responsibility. Pagsapit naman po ng hapon ng Saturday, that's December 28, ay nakalabas na ng Philippine Area of Responsibility itong si Bagyong Ursula. Kapansin-pansin din na from typhoon, within 24 hours, possible siyang maging severe tropical storm at within 48 hours naman ay posibleng humina pa ito bilang isang tropical depression.
Here's another look at today's biggest stories. President Duterte signs a law extending the validity of the 2019 national budget until 2020. An AFP official slams the Communist Party of the Philippines as it holds a Christmas ceasefire in time for its 51st anniversary. Over 58,000 are evacuated in several regions due to the onslaught of Typhoon Ursula. And the president continues his tradition of visiting children with cancer in Davao City. Thank you for watching another episode of the PNA Newsroom. To check out more news content, check our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. For more stories about the government and how it serves Filipinos, look for these hashtags in all of our social media platforms and websites. We are shown on the pages of the PCOO and its attached agencies. Also, watch us on television on PTV4 and IBC 13. And that's your daily dose of the biggest stories that you need to know. From the PNA Newsroom, I am William Theo. Good day.